Hey everyone, Burly Gaming here with.
Fubu87, Platineer Extraordinaire, and now busy with FIFA. Oh, EAFC, I'm sorry. How you guys doing?
Well, we're not here to talk about that. We're
No,
here
no,
to
no.
talk about the Rogue Prince of Persia.
What a game. What a game. Look, it's we had this conversation about Dynasty Warriors Abyss or Warriors Abyss, and I'm going to
Mhm.
say exactly the same thing. I love when the game comes out of nowhere and just smacks you in the face. How good the game is, man. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah, no, it's nice to get these surprises where you were interested in the game, but you didn't think it was going to be this good, and
Yes.
make you really want to play, like put all this time and invest all this time into it
Over and over and over
over
and
and
over
over and
again.
over again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the point that I went to go, like they gave this, it's on PS Plus. So,
Mm.
and I think that was a very, very smart move from them because me, as a busy person, I wouldn't have time to go around, try to find out about the game. And since it was on PlayStation Plus, I was like, yeah, I like the Prince of Persia IP. Let's give it a go. And I think it was a very good move because the way things are nowadays, not putting the game down. That's not what I'm going to do. People wouldn't
Mhm.
look twice at the game because we recently had the Prince of Persia, and people like their Prince of Persia needs were done. I played the Lost Crowns, loved the game,
Mhm.
and I would try my fill for Prince of Persia for this IP was kind of done. I would wait a little bit more,
Mhm.
but because it was free, because you pay PS Plus, right? But because it was free on PS Plus, I gave it a go, and yeah, for me, like I said, it was a very pleasant surprise. They did some unique things in roguelike. But before I go on that, I want to know your opinion about more about the game, bro, because you're the man. You always have some great insights on this game, man.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, no, this definitely surprised me. It's like Prince of Persia roguelike. Okay, and like we had seen stuff of this for like a year and a half, I think. It
Yeah,
was
yeah,
around the time, a little after the Lost Crown, they put this in out in early access. I didn't try it. I didn't look too much into it because it was like, okay, I kind of just wait till 1.0, and then with the release on PS Plus Extra, it was like, oh, okay, you know what? Let's try this, and like yes, I've sat and played it on the PS5, but I've also been doing, because I have the PlayStation Portal, been playing
mhm,
this on the PS Portal, and it
yeah,
runs great, no issues on the Portal, and it looks great and all that, and it's just been a lot of fun. I love my roguelikes. You can get a lot of fun, a lot of time, and the nice things is, even if you don't have a run that lasts long, you're always getting stuff that
yeah,
helps you out in the long run. You're
yeah,
always getting the souls, so you can use it to craft more medallions or craft
hmm
other weapons, so that way you get more weapons as your
yeah.
options. So you're never feeling like
It's a lost
you
run.
know,
Yeah,
lost run. And the whole leveling up mechanic and getting the skill points so you can have more potions, other things, so that way you're helping you out, so that way you're having more and more runs that you can get to the end and win. And I do like that because you'll also, as you're playing this, it's not always the set path. I've encountered certain areas that for the second area that it's like, oh, I didn't expect to get this already. You think, oh, these are going to be the later levels. No, sometimes you
exactly.
get them in the second section. And it's like, oh, this is cool. And I like that they do stuff in these little levels here that goes with the lore, goes into expanding the story. So you're not just feel liking, I'm just going to the end, kill a couple bosses, get to the end, and
Exactly.
that's it. They're
It,
doing stuff to flesh out the lore, and I think they do very accurate here with the whole wall running, the puzzles, and just the platforming of just trying to get through this.
yeah, exactly. That's the thing. First of all, let's go with the lore. I love my roguelikes, and like most roguelikes aren't that heavy in story. They
No.
rely a lot on on the repeat, the combos. You make the game
Mhm.
fun, but this one, no. You There's a lore. Like you finish the game, and then you
Mhm.
realize, no, it's not the end of the game when you defeat the final boss. You need to go back. You need to go a different way to expand the lore. So it's not a one run and done game. It's not something like that. You need to go back. And this takes me to one, just like, not a complaint, but something that I did notice. It does
Mhm,
break the story a little bit because, for example, there was a situation. I saved the brother's prince, which
mhm.
happens to be a prince as well. And
Yeah.
then later I went to the hunt camp and says, oh, they captured someone. And then the prince that we're playing with
Mhm,
says, who might it be? But we already know that it's his brother that
mhm,
was captured. So there's this little lore breaking, but I think it's expected in this type of game where you're going on a whirlpool and you're repeating everything. That's just something, of course, that can be noted by the devs. Also, what you're talking about the gameplay, just very quick, is when you finish the game when you do the first run, you do unlock a
mhm,
statue where you can make the game even more difficult. You can put, for example, when you defeat an enemy, he can explode. More enemies show up with shield,
mhm.
and that gives a lot more variety to the game after you finish it for the first time. And I think that's something very genius to expand the longevity of the game.
Oh yeah, that's cool. See, I have not finished a whole run. I've
Okay,
gotten a little over halfway.
okay.
But,
Spoilers. I'm
but
sorry.
it's okay. No, but you generally with these roguelites, you have the risk versus rewards of stuff. Like even of the what is it, the corrupted stuff.
Hmm.
There's some ones that are like, okay, do I want to equip this? Okay, I lose 10% health, but now my attacks have a 30% chance of going through their blocks. So
Let
you're
me interrupt you there because I
yeah.
broke the game because of that. I literally broke the game. I got, and
Mhm.
this is a tip for anyone watching this and for you, Burley. I
Yep.
broke the game. I became crazy overpowered, and I'm gonna plug my channel a little bit. I have a
Yeah.
Platinator video on this one. I have a Platinator video on this game, and some of the trophies are you need to defeat the enemy without getting hit,
Mhm.
and the bosses are really fun, but again, after you repeat them several times, you will know their patterns and they become a bit easy. That doesn't mean you'll be able to dodge everything. Okay, so the best way I
Yeah.
found out to defeat the enemies was to get crazy overpowered. I thought I need to do this objective, it has to be like this. So
Mhm.
what I did was I got one of the legendary medallions where your
Mhm.
attack gets a 10% boost for every 1,000 coins. Okay, I had that one, and I had
Oh,
about.
I could.
Hey, wait! I haven't finished yet. I haven't finished yet.
Yeah. No.
Uh, so I had like 70% boost on my normal attack. Okay, then
Mhm.
I had a corrupt item that lowered my normal attack by 30%, but rose my but doubled my critical hit. And then I had another corrupted amulet. I don't remember, but it was something that gave me more power. And then I
Mhm.
had the plague bearer. I think that's the name, which is the weapon for the main boss, the
Mhm.
plague bearer, and it has the crit. The way you get crit, because each weapon that you use, this is something that I really like. That we'll talk about
Mhm.
in a few seconds. And to get crit on the plague bearer, you need to have two corrupted items, amulets with you. So basically, and there's footage of this, I'm doing almost 2k damage per hit, man. I was cleaning house, man. I was just,
Oh yeah, and like the first boss has like 3,500 HP, so two
yeah,
hits.
yeah, yeah,
You can
exactly.
time it. That
So
that that is awesome.
yeah. But what do you think about the weapons, Barley? Because
I
there's a huge variety here.
Yeah, I actually like the weapons because you have the variety and not just you try them out and they're different DPS and different ways they attack. I do like that there's the normal attack of just pressing square in the case on the
Mhm,
PlayStation, or you can hold it, and some of them can do different kind of combos
mhm.
here and there. So it does. So you find what works for you.
Exactly.
So and like they're all they all have their set advantages and disadvantages. You just have to find what works for you, and then with the medallions that you'll get and the different effects you can get, and then you will find, and I believe I showed off a little bit later in the footage, is even if your weapon may not have the highest DPS to start out with, you can find a little weapon guy, the wheel, and you
Yeah.
can upgrade your weapons twice.
Yes,
And you
exactly.
will, it costs you some coins, but you will notice a difference. And especially like if you get some, you up your weapon and then you have certain medallions, like I had the
Mhm.
two of them on one run. If you put them together, they each will, and they would normally each give you 10% damage boost.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah,
Now you get more, and then when you slot them together, it's just like, oh, great! You
super OP,
really
man.
feel that you feel that damage boost.
Yeah, super, super OP. I know exactly what you. Oh, talking about the guy. Here is the guy that upgrades your weapon.
Yeah.
This is the one. Yeah. Also, the weapons have a tier list. You start with the iron weapons, then you go to
Mm-hmm.
bronze, silver, gold, and the highest one is a diamond. And trust me, Burley, when you get a diamond weapon and you can upgrade it, it you're almost invincible, man. It is crazy,
Oh yeah.
crazy good. But yeah, when it comes to the weapons, just to reinforce the idea is that also, yes, each weapon gives you a type of gameplay. For
Mm-hmm.
example, if you go with the axe, it's going to be a heavier hit, but will
Mm-hmm.
stun the enemies quicker. And if you
Yeah.
go, for example, with the Celsius, which is the fist weapon, you'll have quicker attacks, but it won't do as much damage and it won't stun the enemy as much. But then you have the criticals because each weapon has a different type of critical. For example, the
Mm-hmm.
Celsius, after your fifth hit, every hit is a crit. So when you're fighting, let's say you're fighting the first boss, Bertrand, I think that's the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bertrand. He's very heavy and he's very stationary. So if you vault over him and when he's doing the attacks and you just go behind, just got and you'll do a lot of damage very quick. Then
Yeah.
you have the psych, which I don't know if you already faced the boss, but you'll get a
No.
psych, which you get crit every time you hit an enemy from behind. So it's going to change your gameplay from being a bit more confrontational to a bit more dodgy gameplay where you always trying to look to find the back of the opponent, and then you can use
Mm-hmm.
the accessory to because there's like a weapon accessory that you use it and you go behind the
Mm-hmm.
enemy. So there
Yeah.
is a variety of gameplay. You don't focus only on one gameplay, and I always like to talk about Rogue Legacy, which Rogue Legacy was a
Mm-hmm.
very, compared to this one, a very limited game where the only thing that changed was, oh, he's a bit bigger, he's a bit smaller, he has a little that weapon like this, but it
Mm-hmm.
didn't change that much. This one, you can do the most craziest combos and you can find your own unique way of playing the game. And for me, was literally getting fast weapons and try to hit them from behind and try to abuse the gimmicks from the critical gimmicks that you could have. That's the way that I played this game, and it made so much fun because as you progress through every time you repeat the whirlpool, every time you
Yep.
repeat, you would get even more enemies. I noticed this at the start of the game. You'd get to
Yep.
an enemy here, there, but as it gets harder, it gets more enemies and it just gets chaotic and you're just slicing and dicing all the way through, and it was super super fun, very
Oh.
entertaining.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like some of the sub weapons surprised me, and you can't always just go by the DPS they give you. You
Hmm.
can't just go by that. I love the spinning blades
Yeah.
because especially with the first boss, if you stun him with the
Hmm.
kicking the rocks at him, you
Yes.
can set those stunning blades. They may not do that much damage per for the single hit they're doing, but if you get the track, you can get two or three of them going, and you're hitting there, and you've got fast weapons that you can just watch that boss bar just crumble down. And like for your bigger, slower, tougher mooks, that
Yeah, yeah.
stuff really helps. And I like that it is, they make you want to use the sub weapons, but you don't feel like, oh, I'm using them, I've got limited ammo. No,
No.
you've got a couple uses per sub weapon, but the nice thing is, as you're killing enemies, you're getting energy back, so you can so you don't feel so bad about having to use it. It's not like, I want to save this for the boss, if I use it here, it's just wasting it. It's like, no, I
Yeah.
can.
That's very good. That's true. And I'm this beautifully. That's why I love doing these types of things with you. This beautifully
Mhm.
contemplates exactly what I was saying, because I know about the spinning blade. I never thought about using the spinning blade like that on a boss, man. That's
Hey, well,
amazing,
we
man.
all play. We all play different way. I
Different
like.
ways.
I thought because how I found out about it is accidentally used it on the boss. And I was like, wait a minute, it's going on the track back and forth, and it goes a couple times, so I'm getting damage,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's like, okay, you know what? Let's try this. Kick the rock into them and get 2 or 3 of them going. And I'm just sitting there, and I think I had the dual blades at the time, and how fast that goes, especially if you mash it well enough,
Yeah.
you're like, oh my.
Yeah, that's
I'm just watching the health go down so quick. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. Because, like I was saying, I use that weapon now. I'm blanking on the name to go behind the enemy, and like I would throw
Yeah.
it, I would show up behind it. That's what I would do. I would use that because I will always try to get the enemy from behind and then slice it and cut them from behind. That's what I use, bro. I need to go back in this game and try your tactic, man. It seems like it's gonna be crazy good, man. Sounds
Yeah.
really OP. Yeah, when it comes to bosses, by the way, Burley, when it comes to bosses, there was a very good variety. There was like
Hmm.
every boss fight felt different, and
That's good.
yeah, it felt very different because, for example, you have the first boss that you find, Baltan.
Hmm.
You need to be a little bit aggressive. Then the second boss that I face, I think, is oh, the guy with the horns. I'm blanking on the Ultron. I want to say Ultron, but I'm not sure if that's the name.
Hmm.
But basically, the guy with the horns, and it's not only if it's not a power fight like you do with the first boss. It's not a power fight. It's a smart
Hmm.
fight because you do damage to him. You need to avoid. Then when you reach a certain cap, he goes up a level, so it becomes a platformer. So they mix everything so beautifully, and you can't be only good at one thing. You have to be good at
Hmm.
everything so that fight goes very smooth. Oh, there's the first boss. Oh, this is
Yeah.
Barud. Oh, Barud is the first boss. Barud is
For
the
us,
first
yeah.
boss. So this
Yeah.
guy we're gonna see in this fight. There's dodging and attacking. It's a very simple fight in that sense. But there's some tricks. Right now, you got hit, and that's what I was telling you about the
Hmm.
bosses. That this one feels like this. You'll fight another one that feels a bit different. Then what I liked, and again, spoilers for this if you haven't reached this part of the game early, which is
Yeah.
you will fight an octopus enemy, and
Yeah.
if you defeat the octopus enemy and then go later to the port, which you will need to go to the port, uh, he will not have as much influence in the port.
Hmm.
So you can travel more quietly because if you don't defeat him and you go to the port, he's going to keep attacking you with a corrupt laser attack, like a pillar that comes from the ground,
Oh,
and
okay.
they will and he will attack you. So I like the fact that, for example, if you don't defeat Beirut, when you find the gate for the warehouse, at least at the second time, from what I
Hmm.
understood from the story, the gate is broken because Beirut broke the gate. So there is this little details that each run, well, if you do 100 runs, you'll find a similar run. That's almost impossible not to do
Hmm.
that. But when you're playing at the at the start, each run will feel very different because each boss will affect your next levels. But already told you, but you will
Hmm.
feel that effect while you're playing the game. So it is really fun.
Right on. Yeah, and as we saw here, if you look at the gameplay footage, you don't always have to necessarily do this all in one life. Like I had
Hmm
a second chance medallion.
hmm
I forget what it's actually called, but it gives you that second chance. So if you die, you come back with a little bit of
Exactly.
health.
Exactly. That's something that they had to do because,
Oh
again, we are noticing a very chill run where it's very chill, not that many enemies. We're noticing a very chill run, but like I said, as you progress through the game, you make the game harder. There will be a lot of enemies, and trust me,
yeah. Hmm.
at the end of my completionist run, I was doing
Hmm.
some because I was trying to do the enemies, the Book of Heads, which is what
Hmm.
basically you're carrying around. Basically, it gives another aspect of the game where you have mini objectives. Basically,
Yep.
you have to kill an enemy like this and like that, and you need to do that for the bosses so you can get the plat. So I was having difficulty in the longer, like in the later runs, because the opponents were very very strong, and the fact that I found that medallion, or I went to the shrine and unlock that I could revive, because that's an option as well. You don't have it at the moment, but as you progress through the game, you'll unlock that in your skill tree. And I was dying once or twice because I wasn't being able, like, I was getting crowded by enemies, and I would start, like, I would quit the game, go back in, which is a trick that you can do.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, I know they're there. I need to find a different approach. So I would try, instead of going up front, I would go from the back. If it didn't work out, I was like, okay, it didn't work out. Let me clear the ones on the top. Okay, didn't work out. I would go again. Yes, I died that many times for the same monsters. I did. I would try and pull just one and one and one, because one of the things that it's not showing up here yet is the elite enemies. You will find some
Hmm.
elite enemies which are bigger enemies, and they are sometimes a pain in the ass to defeat. But again, that's what makes it fun anyway.
Yeah, and one thing we also probably should have mentioned is
Yeah,
every time you're going and doing a run, the map has similar pieces, but it's all different. It's usually never the same. So you can't always say like, the exit is always to get to the next level in the top right or the
exactly.
bottom right. It
Y-
it
You
can
can't
throw.
do that challenge where you're blind and you just play the game, because there's some gamers that
Oh,
do that. And no, this, you're right. Every,
mm,
again, if you do 100 200 runs, you will see the same level with a different skin. Instead of finding on the first stage, you'll
mhm,
find it on the second. But it's exactly what you're saying, and what makes the game really really good, Burley, is every time you restart the run, it is a different run. And you have what, well, we didn't talk about, and there's always
mhm,
sometimes a time attack, which they don't say it's a time attack, where
mhm.
they capture a little girl and you have to
Yep.
run and rescue the little girl. I had the bug. Instead of a little girl, it was a red goat. I'm not joking, man. It was
I
red goat.
believe you.
This
I I believe you. Yeah, and we had that earlier in the footage where you got to rush together, and it is. You're thinking, oh, is it worth doing it? No, it is, because you kill the guard or the guy trying to steal her, and you'll get these three little items here, whether they can be medallions, health upgrades, or just a health potion to
yeah, yeah.
heal you up. You are rewarded for doing stuff, and if you go around exploring, which you want to do, because you'll find chests to get new medallions you can craft to get better medallions as you're going through your runs, as well as new weapons so you can help
Hmm.
craft them. So that way, when you're starting up, you can get stuff. Like, it gives you, it's constantly, the more time you're willing to put into it and do things, you are getting rewarded,
Yes.
which is nice. So it's like, okay, for a while there, you might not be making the progress you want and getting to like the last stage or second last stage,
Mhm.
but you're going to unlock the stuff. So that way, when you're going for those runs where you're going to complete everything, you're going to be able to get the tools, the weapons to do so. So that,
Exactly.
and then
Exactly.
the thing is like the skill points, you can reset them. So
Hmm.
if you've gotten all the stuff, like all the weapons you want, the medallions and all that, you can go back, reset your skills. So, okay, make sure I have like 5 potions
Hmm.
and have this or that, or have two extra medallion slots. So that way I know when I go for that run, I have to give myself the best possible chance that I can.
Yeah, yeah. You do your own build. You build the way. Again, if you are a gamer that you're
Mm,
aggressive and you like to go, like, hit the bull in the horns or something like that,
yeah.
if you're a confrontational one, you're going to be a very physical. You'd go into your, and this is something that I did. Not on this aspect, but if you're a very aggressive player, you
Hmm.
will want to put on the skill tree to upgrade your health, because you're going to lose a lot of health. You're going to
Oh yeah.
die a lot. You're going to die a lot if you play like that. You're going to die a lot. So you will need to have those perks, Me personally, like I said, I was more of the sneaky type. I don't need
Mhm.
health if I'm gonna kill you in 2 hits. So I just focused my skill tree and other things. I would try to improve my volt. I would try to improve my energy. I would try to improve those things, the store, the, the items. I would try to improve all of that because again, I'm not the guy that's gonna smack you 20 times. I'm gonna smack you 2 times and the game's go over. That's how I play. So
Yeah,
I didn't go with my build. Didn't go with my build with a lot of health. No, I don't need a lot of health. I don't need health. If you're not gonna hit me, I don't need health. That's basically it. That's how I play most of my games.
no,
So yeah, great variety, man. They do a lot of variety, yeah, which is in everything: weapons, sub weapons, world, skill tree. You can do whatever you want with this game, and you'll enjoy it.
oh yeah, no, that's the thing. Like you can customize and play, which is something I liked. Like, because like my first real big roguelike that I played, Vampire Survivors. I love that thing. It's still installed to my the day I bought it and installed it on the Steam Deck. It has not been uninstalled from my Steam Deck, and I put over 30 something hours in that game. But
Nah,
I like it. Like I have like certain characters and with certain builds I was doing is
yeah,
like I don't need a lot of health. I would have the health regen items upgrades you could buy in the store, but I'd have like, okay, I'd have the lightning and the doubling of all my items, so that way I
hmm
just have so much stuff. There would be so much stuff spawning on the screen, just killing it. Is like, why do I need all this health and
yeah.
armor if you can't even get anywhere near me?
Exactly, exactly. And you can do exactly this in this game. And yeah, it's I have to applaud the creativity, man, because this is
Mm-hmm.
not. Look, I know that Prince of Persia is very associated with Ubisoft. I know, but this is not Ubisoft. This is someone that got the IP and they're doing their own thing. This is not a crazy huge team like Ubisoft. This is a small team, and the creativity and the love, because there's love in this game. You can feel the love in this game. But the creativity they put in this game, it's crazy. They had this game very, very well planned, and I really hope for more things because I see the potential of this game, and I think it's an incomplete. I think there's things that you need to do in this game. I think they
Mm-hmm.
could make a boss rush mode. I would love to have like a timed attack thing where you just face the bosses. You start, you pick a weapon, you face a boss, you defeat the boss, you get a pick, either upgrade the weapon or get a new amulet, fight the next boss, and so on until you do all the bosses. You don't pick only four, and then you can do some. That time attack thing. I think it would be something that would bring a lot of life to the game to continue because you need the word of mouth to continue. And I think it would give a competitive edge that, for me personally, I like games that are competitive. I know that not everyone likes that. Sometimes people just like to play a game and it's done. And because I love this game so much, I would love to have something competitive. I would challenge other people, try to be better than them, try to be better at this game. I think
Oh yeah.
they should do that, in my opinion.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to add more to it. And like I was just quickly looking there, these are the same people that did the Dead Cells.
Yes, exactly. They're,
Yeah,
they're the
yeah.
ones
Because
that did
I
that.
was going to say like I've heard the name. I've not played the Dead Cells, but it's like good on Ubisoft to just gets a studio outside. Like Prince of Persia is coming back because we have the whole Lost Crown and the
Mhm.
DLC with Lost Crown.
Yeah.
They're still in the remaking Sands of Time. I think we're supposed to get that next year or
Let's hope
whenever
so.
they can get it right. Like my thing is, as much as I would love to see it out in 2026, get the dang thing out right. Like let's get the games coming out the way
Yes,
they
exactly.
should, and not just hey, we're gonna get it out 6 months later. We're gonna rework the game to where it should have been.
No, no, no.
That they've had that habit, and I've noticed.
Don't don't do a Star Wars Outlaw. Please
Yeah.
don't do a Star Wars Outlaw. Release everything right, man. Because we pay, not in this case because it was on Plus, but we as gamers pay a shit ton of money for
Oh yeah.
games. At least give us something that's finished. If you want to add story later, okay, you have to make your bag. I do understand that, but if you're gonna give us a product, give us a product that's working well. So yeah, if you need to take some time, take some time. It's like the Nintendo game. Nintendo guy said the
Miyamoto's
Miyamoto.
philosophy: a
Say
rush
it.
game is most likely to be a bad game, whereas a game taking the time
Will end up
it
being good.
has the better chance, but can be good and all that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know I did not get the phrase exact word to word, but you know what we
Look,
mean on
if you got the phrase completely right, Nintendo would see you. So that's a good thing, man.
that. Yeah, true enough, but I
No, yeah, yeah.
I
You
say
know how Nintendo is.
yeah, oh yeah, well, oh I know, don't yeah. But anywho, I was gonna say for score wise, what would you give this?
I would give a 7 out of 10. And let me explain why. It's not a finished game. In my opinion, it's not a finished game. I had some bugs as well. Nothing
Mm-hmm.
game breaking. I had one really annoying that I had to start the game, which nothing
Mm-hmm.
like I could play, but
Mm-hmm.
if I went to see what a weapon did, it didn't show up. If I went to collect something, I couldn't. Something was bugging out in the UI of the game, so I had to restart the game. I could break the game. If you go, it was actually on
Mm-hmm.
this area of the game. I could go actually clip that, but I never posted it just out of respect. I don't want to show a broken game.
Mm-hmm.
But I could go up the wall. I go up the wall. These walls that you see here, up, go up to the other side, then fall down. I would pass down the map, so I go below the map, and I would keep falling, and then I would spawn at the beginning of the level again without losing any health. So
Oh.
it's not a finished game, so that's one of the things. And look, call me lazy. I do like making the voices, okay? I do like making the voices, but I think this game would be very, very nice with some voice acting. I think some voice acting would fit this game very, very well. The what I have to say that's very, very positive is the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack, and I had
Mm-hmm.
a very good friend of mine from Saudi Arabia. She showed up on stream, and she was like,
Mm-hmm.
"Wow, I love the soundtrack." And so this shows that they were very careful with the soundtrack that they got. They got the sounds of that region of the world. It's not like they have a
No.
game that's in Persia and they have Japanese music. They respected the culture, the heritage. I really did enjoy that. But yeah, that's one of the highest points. Then gameplay. It's not super hard like the Lost Crown. Lost
Mm-hmm.
Crown in the later stages, man, there was spikes everywhere, man. You had
Oh.
to be crazy good to avoid everything. This one, they do put more enemies, like I said, but when it comes to the difficulty of the platforming, yes, it gets a little bit harder, but not crazy hard. So they did respect the player on that aspect, and let's not make the game super hard in terms of platform. So I did like that. But yeah, I give a 7 out of 10, mostly because I think the game has a lot to offer. Maybe if they put something and we do a review 1 year later, maybe I'll
Mm-hmm.
upgrade my score. But I think 7 out of 10 is very generous. It's not a 20 out of
Mm-hmm.
20, Burley. It's not a 20 out of
No,
20.
I was gonna say I know you're not gonna put this game a 20 out of 10 because I would have seen a
Yeah.
social media post or DM from you saying this is a 20 out of 10.
20 out of 10. 20 out of 10. No, there's
Uh,
only one game that gets that.
well, yeah. No, I agree. This game is a 7 for me. And and some people know they'll hear 7 out of 10. That's bad. No, 7 out of 10 is good.
Yeah, it
It
is
is a
good.
good game. Yeah,
It
I
is.
agree. Like I had one technical problem of I went into the next area and the game just crashed. I had to
Mm,
relaunch the game and you lose because you lose a little bit, but it was like
mm,
okay.
mm,
But like other than that, technical problems I didn't really have too much. It was just the game is fun. I feel there is they could add just a little bit more voice acting would be nice,
mhm,
but this is a smaller studio that they did this for this game. This is a much smaller budget. This is like a $30 Canadian game. If you're
mhm.
to buy this outright,
Look,
they're
Burley,
go they're going
Burley.
for that cheaper thing there. So I can at least respect that.
Burly, you and me, we do the voiceover for them for free. You and me, okay?
Well,
I'm going to be
we'll
the
work
prince.
out something. We don't need like $1 million paychecks.
No, exactly.
Not to pay for any Ubisoft games for the rest of our life.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. That's a nice. I would be the prince. Look, hello, I am the Prince of Persia. It's not Persian, but that would be the. Okay, they're not going to hire me.
Please, comment section. Let us know what you think of Fubu being the Prince of Persia.
No, but no.
I know Leah is going to have a field day when she hears that.
No, just side a few years ago, we were I was doing Octopath Traveler, and the final stream where I'm gonna finish the game. I told, hey Leah, come to my house. We're gonna do the stream together. We're gonna do the voice acting, and we were facing pirates, and Leah starts talking the line of the pirate, and I look at her, Leah, why do you sound Scottish? He's a pirate. He's not Scottish. She said, "Our lassie, we're gonna get you." Like, no, that's not how Scottish people talk. That's how Scottish people. No, you have to talk like a pirate. You have to talk like a pirate. And we were just goofing around. No, but yeah. But like I was saying, if you watch like some VODs from my stream, I do like a more serious voice. I said that one on a joke, but I did try to read for the people that they're not watching the stream, but they're listening to the stream. I try to do that, but I think in terms of stream wise, because Burly, I love you, but I don't see you 100% of the stream because I'm doing other stuff, but I'm listening to you. So, and I know a lot of people do that, like you do that as well, because sometimes you're working and you're kindly lurking me and you're listening to what I'm saying. I think this game would benefit. I don't say everything, like every dialogue, like you go to the store and the kid says, "Oh, what do you want to buy?" No, I'm not saying that. But when it comes to story wise, get a voice acting on that for the people that are outside only listening, so they can follow up the story. Because again, going back to the beginning, basically, and going full circle, the story in this game is, for a roguelike, it's a very, very good story that respects the lore, and it is it's a very deep story and a very beautiful message at the end that you will find out. I'm just going to say this. He's stuck in the whirlpool and the Hunt King is stuck in the river, and I thought that metaphor was chef's kiss. Beautiful. I loved it. It's beautiful story.
Yeah. No, I can't wait to see what we else get with this game, because I think they will add more content. It's just whether or not how fast is it going to be as fast enough. And the real test is the game has come out. Well, people do talk about it, but we're in the busy season. We're about to enter, as I call Broketober, all these big games. We got Ghost of Tsushima out next week.
Oh,
that or not Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Yote.
No, it takes some time. I got it. You need to get used to it.
Yeah. So it like we've got that. We've got other games coming, bigger games. So is this game going to be sticking in there and everyone's minds? And like Ubisoft themselves, they're pushing with Assassin's Creed DLC, the new version of Outlaws, especially on the Switch 2, stuff like that. So I'm hoping they help do more with this and keep this in people's minds, because the thing is with Lost Crown is they marketed it for a little bit and they just gave up on the marketing for it really, really quick.
Burly, I remember they talked about it, but it's not their marketing that made me like, oh, I want to try this. I'm like, oh, cool, it's a Prince of Persia. What I really enjoyed was your review. I remember I saw your review at the other place.
Yeah.
I saw that review and like, holy shit, this is a good game. Like your review was really, really, really good. But I was like, I know this is going to be out on Plus one of these days, because the game, like, I saw your review. It wasn't immediately after the game came out. It's like you always do. That's why your reviews are always so good. You took your time with the game, and then you released
Yeah.
it. And when you released the review, I went to check how the game was doing market-wise. And because of the the lack of marketing in this case, it didn't sell that much. And trust me,
No.
it's one of the best Prince of Persia games with a great plot at the end. That if you understand the story, I didn't understand that. It was Hekpo on my stream that explained to me that, and I'm going to spoil this if you hadn't played that game. The game is Prince of Persia, but you start playing the game with the guard, and then at the end of the game, you do realize that the guard is actually the Prince of Persia, and he was exchanged as a baby at the start of his life. So I was like mind blown when he explained that to me, and so it's a very very good story as well. But yeah, like I was saying, and I saw that it wasn't selling that much. And what happens when a game doesn't sell that much? It goes to the PS Plus. Dragon Age Veilguard. It goes to PlayStation Plus.
They put it on all these services just to get money to recruit what they can. They can on these games. Yeah.
And I knew the Lost Ground was going to happen. So I waited, and then as soon as the game came out, that's like the first game that I started playing. I did the plat. I streamed it. It was a good time. Crazy good game that people didn't show much love. And yes, I'm afraid that might happen to this one. They need to keep it in the mind of the people, so we keep giving them love, because this game deserves all the success possible.
I agree with you, and I think that's a good spot to kind of leave it off. I want to thank Fubu for joining me, and I will post it in the description and in the pinned comment when the video does go live, links to both his YouTube channel and his Twitch channel, so you can check them both
very much
out there. No problem, man.
It's always a pleasure to be here. And I hope we can do this more of this, man. We got that chem, man. We got that chemistry, man. We do,
and we will. And like you were alluding earlier, if they make more content this 6 months or a year down the road, we can always come back. Or even if they don't, we can make a video a year down the road, being like, okay, what happened with the Rogue Prince of Persia? Did people remember it? Did that whatnot? So there could be some future stuff on this from us.
I really hope so.
Give it time. That's the thing.
Yeah.
As Fubu does say, I take time with the reviews, and when I get to this stuff, because I'm playing multiple games between making the reviews, streaming, personal time, and all that. So, and I don't want to just, because I've done that where you play a couple hours and you rush out a review when you haven't beaten it or played very much and haven't seen a lot of the game. And then it's just like you're saying this, and then you finish further in the game, you're like, I missed so much here. Then you
say it's a 20 out of 10, and then you realize it's not a 20 out of 10. Yeah, I do understand what you're saying. Okay, so Burly, once again, thank you so much. I love you, man. I love your community. Thank you for having me, as always.
Alrighty, and I love you too, man. Community is awesome. We'd love to hear from you all in the comment section. Please let us know what you think of the game. Have you played it? Have you not played it? Are you going to play it? We'd love to hear from you all. And we will see y'all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bro.